And welcome to this live. Good evening. I remain wine amateur Konano. If you are joining this video, please share. If you are joining this video, please share this video with your friends and family and everyone interested. So before I continue, wine amateur Konano as a wine in Miriocha. This is my only account. The only accounts that is real on Facebook and TikTok are the ones I go live in them. The ones I do not go live in them, please do not trust them. Do not trust them. Bikono. Thank you. Do not trust them, Bikono. You need to be very careful out there. A whole lot of people are cloning accounts. They'll pick up my profile picture and they do a lot of things. If you want to be scammed, you'll be scammed on your own. All right, so today I want to teach us how to raise your altar, how to put your altar together, who should have an altar, what to do after setting up an altar for yourself. All right, so that is what we'll be looking at today. First of all, who should have an altar? Who should have an altar? Every human being should have an altar. Because we are all spirits having a human experience. We are Okaramado. So, for you to be able to interact with the environment around you in the first place, you should have an altar, a place of gathering. So, every right-thinking person, except maybe you are an atheist, I don't talk about that group of people, should have an altar. It is very important. Irrespective. Now, I'm talking about how to put together your spiritual altar, irrespective of your religious affiliation or anything. This altar serves you once your intentions are pure, once you understand the principles of nature, once you know who you are, once you're self-aware. It is good that you have one. Now, what is an altar? A kind of space, a space where you put things together for communion with beings that might be same with you, higher than you, above you, your kids and kin, your spiritual family. This is where you interact with them. That is your altar. Your sacred space is something I also call an energy space. Ndewochuka is something I also call an energy space. So you see that this is something that everybody is supposed to have. What to consider when setting up your altar? We have 4 basic elements that everybody knows. You see the earth, you see the fire, you see the air, you see the water. These 4 elements, and there is the spirit, you and the others that you are inviting. And this medium, everything that is existing on earth is based on earth, water, air, and whatever it is based on that. You have the fire you use to cook, be it gas cylinder, be it electric stove, be it's all operating on the principle of fire. Because it's able to generate heat and burn. And then the air. So many materials, camphor, incense, feathers. These are things that moves with air. These are things that are associated with air. Then you have earth for everything solid. This card I'm holding can also represent earth because it's made of paper and other things. And where do you get paper from? You get paper from wood. Where is wood? Rooted on earth. So there are so many things you can use to represent. You see that everything, I'm on a wooden table right now. So you see that everything is based on these 4 elementals. So you should consider bringing all of them into your altar. Now, setting up your altar depends on the color you want to use. I prefer white, showing the sacredness, the purity it represents. Something that should remain sacred, holy. Something that you shouldn't bring filth into. Someone that should be clean. Someone that is beautiful. So I like to use white, maybe white wood or white cloth for my altar. You might want to use other colors like blue, depending on what you resonate with. Depending on what your spirit resonates with, you might want to add other colors. But different colors has its different meaning. I did a teaching on colors. You can equally check on YouTube. Though I will elaborate more on it as we go on, but not on this video. So today, our advice maybe you use blue or white. All right. So now we've looked at the material, white preferably. Now in your altar, you can use flowers to represent the earth spirits. Flowers. You can use natural flowers. They are best. Natural flowers. You can plant one. Then if you still want to bring in plastic flowers, feel free. Be creative with it. Bring in anything you know. It could be stones. Anything you know that represents earth. It could be stones. It could be flowers. It could be wood. Something that has to do with earth. Of course, clean, not static. Now you position it in your altar. Then next, you can bring in water or anything that has to do with water. You can bring in water in a glass bowl, or you can bring in water in a ceramic bowl, or you can bring in shells that represents the water element. Shells. So these are things you can use to represent the water element. Water or shells. Then you bring in the air element. You can bring in feathers. Maybe feathers of birds that have powerful significance, like maybe ugo, or maybe any bird at all. Please do not bring the feather of Okuka Greek. That thing is so synthetic. So chemically. Maybe feather of Okukibo will be better. At least that one is organic. It goes about, it feeds on its own. Finds its own food, scratches the earth to see the things it's going to eat. So you can use feather of any bird of your choice. Every bird is significant. That one. Every bird is significant. All right? Every bird, everything. There's nothing useless. Just that everything is not really equal. But they all function together. They all complement each other. All right? So while at it, another thing you can use to represent air in your altar is your incense. Burning of incense, it moves by air. You can also use maybe camphor in your altar. It vaporizes. It goes from solid to vapor, goes into air. These are things you can use in your altar. Apart from that, camphor also has other properties like driving away negative energies. Okay, so these are the things you can bring in. Then coming to fire, you can use your candle, or you position your altar where it faces the east, where you can be able to face the east while communion. Or your candle can always be there, But it will also be good you put it where you can be able to face the east, because the sun comes from the east. The east or west side, depending on how your room is. That is your sacred space. Now we've talked about fire, we've talked about air, we've talked about water, we've talked about earth. These are the 4 elements. Now you can bring up different things in your altar. Now, which spirits are you inviting to your altar? As you're setting it up, before you even start setting up your altar, please sweep your house, clean it up, burn incense, use sage, put incense everywhere. Let your house be rid of negative spirits. Let your house be free of every negativity. Then when you're done, you invite spirits you're familiar with. Your altar can be in your room. But your room should not be maybe where you are doing too much of sediman cooling with different people. Except you trust the energy of that person. Except you know that that person had a mempeto. They don't go about sleeping with everyone they see. It can be in your room. Otherwise, or if your room is a brothel, please don't put your altar in your room. Put it elsewhere. All right? Now, which spirits are you inviting to your altar? Now, you've put together all the elements, you being the 5th. You've put together everything. Now, you call on your spirit guides. You call on your family. Call on your ancestors. That this is the space you prepared where you will all commune. This is an energy space where all the elements meet in your house. This is where you want to commune with them. This is where you want to discuss with them, reach an agreement with them, ask them questions about your life, or tell them your plans. This is where you feed them. This is where you give them offerings. This is where you present them with gifts. Now your altar must be clean. As they taught us then in secondary school, primary school, they will tell you cleanliness is next to godliness. It's only dirty spirits that stay in dirty environments. An altar should never be a dirty place. An altar should not be dirty. If it makes you uncomfortable when you see it, it is not clean. If it makes you uncomfortable, it is not habitable. Something that is not habitable for you, how can it be habitable for spirits? Ask yourself. So your altar should really be clean. It will do you good to always clean it up once in a while. Dalu Victor Nukura. Your altar should always be clean. Not you put dirty, you burn incense, so you continue burning incense for over 1 month. All the ashes is there. The incense you use on 1st January, the ash is still there in your altar. The candle you burn on 1st January, the ash is still there in your altar. Some of you that do blood, all the blood you do, they are still there. Now, so you know it is easy. It should be a point that is clean. Because it's only clean energies that stay in clean spaces. There is no clean spirits that will stay in a dirty environment. Just like you. You love to be clean. That is why you bathe every day. That is why you sweep your house. That is why you wash your clothes. Because you want to be clean. So if you as a person, you want to be clean, why should a habitat for your forces be a dirty place? It shouldn't be a dirty place, you know. It should be a clean place, somewhere you feel comfortable to stay. Now, since you've called all these spirits together, that this is your meeting point, they've listened to you, they can hear you. They've hearkened to your voice. How often, hold on, I'll come to that. They will come, they will answer you. Now, how often should you change the water? Now, it is good to change it often. Probably every 7 days or every 2 weeks, depending on how clean your environment is. Some people have a lot of dust coming in there. And again, do not let your water bowl go dry. Do not let it go dry. Do not. It should not go dry. Wash it once in a while, clean it up, rearrange it and organize it. That is what you should do. Except you enjoy being slapped. And more is real. When you invite all those spirits there and you're making it a dirty place and you're making it uninhabitable for them. I'm speaking from experience. I don't collect before. So if you're setting up an altar, you should be up to the task and keeping it clean. I'm stressing the cleanliness because it is very, very important. You can keep it dirty. You'll be surprised when evil spirits will come and live there. It will be working with you, but it will be causing havoc. Before you know, you become a servant to them. They will speak to you, you will hear them, you will take as your forces if you don't have a discerning spirit. It's not just about the altar. There's a way your house will be dirty. Evil spirits will come and reside there because it's very habitable for them. Evil spirits, just imagine when you keep your house so dirty, even a clean house, cockroach enters. Imagine when you leave it so dirty. But cockroach, rats, so all those dirty animals. Oh, this is wonderland. Let's live here. So imagine when your altar is dirty. Evil spirits will sit as a wonder. Oh, that's a wonderland. Let's go and let's move in. What's a habitable environment? To listen, Okoro Dudu, you can always check up this video on YouTube, all right? Or you go to Facebook and scroll back to see the things I said you should put there, okay? They will really love the dirty space. So when you make it clean, you make it uninhabitable for dirty spirits, uninhabitable for low vibrational entities. You can only roll with your likes and climb higher. Now you invite them, you call them, your spirit guides, your chi, everything. This is where we meet. When I come here, you come as you are before them. It might do you good to come naked the first time. I come naked. Teach me, guide me, uphold me. This is our meeting point. You keep it sacred. People should not be going there to go and play or do anyhow. It's not meant for people to be going there to go and be doing anyhow. It should be respected. Should be treated with utmost respect. Now, something else you can do at your altar. Sometimes you need to offer things to your forces. Maybe food, drink. You should get why I made your Konano. Please check the one doing live video. There are so many fake accounts on Facebook, so you will know. It will be good. You buy a plate that nobody has used. I have plates at my altar. I have different plates that I use. Okay, you guys hold on. I'll try to reach out to this plate if I can. Let me see how far I go. You guys hold on. So, these are different plates I use. This is ceramic for my offering. This is glass. Alternatively, this is also glass cup for my drinks. Alternatively, you can use calabash if you want to. You can use calabash. Okay, this is an earthen plate. This is an earthen plate. As you can see, I also use it for offerings at my altar. You can also use calabash, depending. You can design it to suit what you want or what you like. This is a gift, actually. You can design it to suit what you want, depending on how creative you are. You should make it creative. Don't be stiff. Don't be rigid. Be creative. That is where your creative force, your creative energy manifests. Make it look beautiful. Make it look habitable. Now you can offer food. That plate, nobody should be using it to eat. It's not meant for humans to be using it to eat. You can put food. You offer it at your altar. You can leave it there for 24 hours and you can put it on earth. If you have a garden, you can put it there. If you have a farm, you can put it there. If you have maybe flowers, maybe you can try to bury it underneath it. It will serve as manure, but then it would have gone to where it's supposed to go. The food doesn't have to be too big. You can equally serve drink in that glass cup. And you can pour it to earth or still pour it in your garden, depending on what you're doing. Now, these are the different offerings you can do. It could be a monetary offering. After, you use it to help the needy. Because as you place that money on your altar, you're offering it to the universe, to all the forces present. So when you take that money out and use it to help the needy, you're also helping the universe to meet someone else's need. That person must have been praying, oh God, please help me to do this one, help me to do that. But with your devotion, you also help. Use it to help someone. It's your own way of offering to the universe too. You can buy drinks and decide to empty it, maybe depending on where you live, outside for the earth where you live. Now, you are expected, since you have an altar now, it doesn't have to be every day, but at least once in a week, you have to burn candles. You have to keep your lights burning. Burn candles, burn incense. You've created a place. Spirits will visit you. You've created a space for them. They will come. Burn incense. Burn candles. Change the water. Clean it up. Water the plants there. Take good care of it. Make sure it is always clean. Make sure it is always clean. So now that you've called, you know the spirit's present, you're using kola nut or drink or water or whatever you're using for your, maybe for your morning libation. You call on them, you greet, and you speak. You drop your offering and you go. That is your own church at home, your own personal altar. You are the convener. You are in control. And don't think you're subject to those spirits. You are a part of it all. If you know how you will treat yourself, the offering should come once in a while. If you can do it steady, aja can say, or for can say, or can man in aja. You continue making your sacrifices at that altar, depending on what you're doing. Some of them, you can take it out and drop it in a straight road, depending. Some at a 4 junction when you're done, depending. But make sure you continue. And now they are closer to home. They are closer with you. So this is basically what you do. If you have any question concerning an altar, please bring it up on this live. Not later you come to inbox to ask me, what did you say about this? I will not answer you because I don't have strength to type. Except it's really important. I do not have the strength to type. Okay? So if you have any question based on setting up an altar, please let me know. And please do not go and pour blood inside the water that you want to activate the water. I don't know what you're activating. Do not pour blood inside the water in the name of activating. That is disgusting. In the name of activating the water. The water is already active as you brought it. If you so much as you must activate, use kola nut. Do not pour blood inside the water in the name of activating it, please. You'll be resurrecting demons you might not be able to control. And they are going to take control of your life. Do not pour blood inside water. Mirina sober. In the name of. If at all you want to do something for your altar, maybe you want to kill an animal, you want to make a feast, please go outside and eat the blood. Because though, if 1 euro, you put your banana jane and you cover it when you're done. If you have any question, you let me know. Nnamdi Oscar Dalo. If you have any question based on setting up an altar, you let me know. I'm listening for someone. Chiamaka Woyibo, you have to watch the video all over again once I'm done with it, okay? And you will get it. All right? You have to watch it again. You will pick it up, definitely. I'm listening, I'm waiting, I'm looking to see if you have any question based on this topic. Please bring it up. Do not come to inbox to ask me. I will not answer you. I have spiritual problem. I will not answer you. And again, I'm fake, so I don't take inbox messages. You must give me money before I answer your inbox message, especially when you're asking me questions. So be asking me now. Now you have the opportunity to someone to razzle me with questions. Because once I get off, I'm a different person. I'm waiting. Oh, all right. In the next 5 minutes, in the absence of questions, I'll be going off. In the next 5 minutes, if there are no questions, I'll be going off. All right. Yes, there must be pertaining to this topic about an altar. Yes. What to do and what not to do. Okay, 4 minutes more to go. Four minutes more. I'm waiting. Oh, so I suppose there is no question. It's 2 minutes gone. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. I'm supposing morning ego for I feel strong presence of people around me. It's not something to be scared about. You should be happy. That means the spirits you're calling, they're around. They answered you. They're around. They are there with you. They are listening. They are present. That should give you more morale. Asana nwanne ya ziri oshi ka ozi na-eji ụkwụ agbakadọ. So that is to say, they are strongly behind you. Those you summoned are there with you. So that's a good sign. It's not something to be scared about. It's something to be happy about. I'm proud of. That you were able to call and they answered you. It's just like maybe your wedding or you're doing a party and you send out invites. You finish cooking and then nobody came to eat the food. You will not be happy. But when you cook, you are doing party, you cook, you invited people, and they came in their numbers as you will be happy. Hey, so that you feel that those presence of people around you, that is a good sign that they are around. You're going to notice these signs in your altar. If you're there for the first time, over time, you will notice, or for the first time, you will see goosebumps because they are around. I'm not cold, but there are bumps all over me, showing they are around. If you have the sight, you can see them. You have the hearing, you can hear them. But you can always feel them around you. They are ever present in your affairs. All right, 4 minutes gone, remaining 1 minute to go. I'll take one more last question in the next 1 minute. If I don't see the question, then I'm off. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your questions. I'm waiting for the questions. All right, time up. You all have a wonderful evening. And don't forget to pay attention. If you didn't get anything, please, you can rewind the video and watch. For those on TikTok, this video will be available on YouTube before the end of tomorrow. This video will be available on YouTube before the end of tomorrow. And don't forget, we'll be doing our live reading tomorrow. Live reading tomorrow. All right? I am not sure of the time, maybe 12 or 1.